So, I have not posted an update since tryouts, but I failed. I did not make the golf team, and I failed. I kind of felt like making the video today because I've been putting it off. It's really late at night and I've had a long day, but it just feels like a good time to kind of clear my head on the subject. I put in a lot of hard work, and ultimately I just had a bad day. I did not play well. And you can be as prepared as you can be for sports and anything under pressure, and it can still go wrong. And so that's just what happened. I'm disappointed a little bit myself. It's easy to think, oh, what more could I have done, and things like that. What's important is to eliminate that and kind of go, okay, look at what I persevered through. Look what I had to endure, all the hard work, setbacks with my wrists. I managed and tried to fight through that. So I worked with what I could. And although my attitude struggled throughout the year, I persevered when things were tough. Even though I was down and out in the moment, played a bad tournament, bad score. Immediately after, I'd be frustrated, but if I took some time to ponder on it, I'd look at it more objectively and go, okay, it wasn't all that bad. You went into it with a mindset, prepared for success, and you didn't get success. Doesn't matter. And I actually should look at that as a success in itself, because my goal should be the process, not the outcome. And I think that's where the biggest problem with this overall goal was. I don't think from day one I was meant to play on the varsity golf team at Brock. And I think that because there were too many things that just felt like they were going against the grain. I had to reach out. I reached out to meet some of the guys on the team. Now that's not really an indicator, but that's just I don't know. That's just me overthinking things. And they're all great guys. I think the thing was I felt as though me and my abilities didn't belong in with that group. And I think the idea of being part of a group was desirable to me, and that's another thing that I wanted out of it. I didn't want to just play golf competitively. I wanted to be able to surround myself in an environment that maybe would facilitate me to play better, perhaps, but also, I'm gonna be straight honest, I just wanted the red bag. That was a large component of it. I wanted to be able to walk around and say, not say, but kind of walk around with the attitude of hey, I got a red bag. Look at me. Actually, second thought, it's not really more a like me kind of thing. It's more I'm good enough. Damn. Even though I know I am, and I think it's funny when I say things and when I'm speaking to the camera, I can rationalize my words and go, why are you saying that? Of course I'm worth enough. But the inner voice is what I have to listen to 90% of the time, because 90% of the time I'm in silence and alone. And so, or in group settings, but still, in my thoughts, I think a lot. It's hard to control. So, wanting to have that bag, to feel validated, to have people know that I worked hard and I made it clear to so many people that I wanted this, and that I wanted to show them through my actions, especially, that I was working towards this, that I wasn't just talk. It wasn't meant to be, oh, look how cool I am. I'm not, I don't want it to get twisted. I don't want it to look as though I'm in need of attention it was more coming from an internal place of like, I want to be validated and accepted. And throughout the process, I was trying to distract myself from those truths that are really hard to admit and that I didn't want to take ownership of. But I think after the fact, after, you know, all the emotions went away immediately after trials, I was able to kind of look at it and go, yeah, I just wasn't honest with myself. And so I kind of think that this was a phase of my life that taught me some valuable lessons. But I don't, like, I'm debating whether or not I'm going to stick with it. I don't think I will ever try out again for the team. And I'm not really going to try and pursue, you know, competitive play, at least in the near future. Definitely not this year. It's just going to be for fun, and that's all I can do. I don't even know how fun it will be, especially since if I go out to play, I'm not practicing actively right now, so I'm not working on my game. So I'm going to have expectations, and then that's a whole thing. And I know what my brain does. I just have to shut it off and just go have fun and just not worry about it. And that's lately what I've been trying to do. Is just, you know, when thoughts arise that are unwanted, if I can ground myself in right now and right here, that allows me to, one, recognize that whatever the thought is not important because it's not right now, and also that it's not rational and it can be, you know, a false emotion, like not like some, for example, the wanting the success from golf and everything. It's an unrealistic desire in the sense that it's not who I really am. I could list 10 plus things that I'd rather do, maybe even more, than go play competitive golf. Because I know that no matter how good or bad I play, there's always going to be that little bit that I will be dissatisfied with. And so I need to be able to learn how to, you know, enjoy it for what it is. This doesn't mean now the end of this channel. I want to keep this going. This YouTube channel has been an opportunity as of right now to capture my first goal, which was to make the golf team. But I'd like to start filming more content just relating to my life and the pursuit of things. So I've now entered my 4th year of kinesiology at Brock. And so I'll talk about stuff like in my program, what my goals are right now, and what my journey is going to be like to find out, you know, what it is in life that I want to do. I think right now, I just want to start by getting in the best physical shape of my life. I think that's my only goal. School is going to be obviously the primary focus, but I'm just stepping away from the golf side of things. I don't even want to work as much. I've made that clear at the golf course. I worked a few shifts and I'm kind of done now. Everything is going to be, you know, I'm going to try and consistently hit workouts. Now, I think I'm going to leave it here. This is kind of going to be it for this golf section. And then in the coming days, weeks, I will try and start formulating some videos highlighting, you know, school, working out, what that looks like, how I'm going to go about it, the theory behind it. Also, diving into school a little bit. I have some research classes that I'm interested in, and I think just documenting some of my thoughts on the conversations I'm having with people in a university setting could be really interesting for me to look back on later, and even just to kind of post on here. So but anyways, that's kind of it with golf. You know what? It's not the be all end all. I learned a lot from it. I'm grateful that it happened, and I'm grateful that I had it. So now all I can do is take what went well and just move forward from there. That's it. I'm excited. There's a lot more things that I'm looking at now that golf's out of the way that I can turn my attention to, that not only make me happier, but allow me to get outside of myself. You know, being at school, I love being around my teachers and my classmates and seeing my friends again. The environment, I think it takes me out of me. Whereas golf was very internal. And like, I would just think about myself and all these things, and the self-esteem would be low. But when I'm external, I'm at my happiest state. So I'm just going to keep focusing on the things that surround that idea. And just do my best in the school that I can. And, you know, the little bit of, you know, focusing on me will be right now just focusing on sticking to my workout plan. Just going from there. Doing the hard work, especially when I don't feel like it. I'm going to bed. I'm tired. I'll see you later.